Aaron Whitlow.
Ken Whalen.
We are the Swoot Squad. What are we doing today?
Today we're remembering a fantastic icon of the film and entertainment industry in general. Yesterday the news traveled around the world that Robin Williams had died, and we're just kind of gonna wax a little bit on our memories of him and how he impacted us.
What was your first memory of Robin Williams?
My first memory of Robin Williams was Mork from Work on Mork and Mindy. My sisters would watch it all the time when I was a little kid, and I just, he was a outlandish character running around in a red onesie with a silver triangle on it, saying all kinds of weird alien gibberish, and
it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. What about you?
My first memory of him is Popeye, playing Popeye in Popeye, the live action movie. Just no one seen it, no one else could play that character. If you have never seen this movie, although it's more of a musical, it's still entertaining. I still quote it today. I say, I would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Me pop. I'm out to search for me pop." Just and spinach, which I hate spinach, but the movie, man, is great. He just, as a kid, watching Popeye the cartoon and then going to see a live action version of Popeye, it was just like, before I seen a live action version of Ninja Turtles, it was Popeye, and that's what I saw. Mm-hmm. It went from cartoon to that, and I was like, wow, it's amazing. Yeah. And that actually translated well into film.
It really did. I agree. I think Robin Williams was perfect for that role, which is, that's something about him that was so special, was that no matter what role he was cast in, it was like he was meant for that role. He channeled entertainment. He was a conduit for the spirit of entertainment.
That's right. What's your favorite? We talked about how Robin Williams can go from playing very, very light comedic roles to mm-hmm. very dark roles. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite middle ground role they played? Like, you could see the perfect elements of dark and light.
It's kind of a toss up, but I think the best role that he ever played in, well, in my opinion, mm-hmm. I'm sure a lot of people will argue with me on this, but I thought his role in Toys as Leslie was that perfect middle ground. He got to be the kid, but there was so much more going on. There was the shadow of him missing his father mm-hmm. the whole time, and he wasn't willing to grow up. So he had plenty of opportunities to make jokes and crack jokes and stuff, but at the same time there was a real tragic element to his character.
My favorite character that he played that was that tragic, still lighter character, but still sort of yet tragic character would have to be as Alan Parrish in Jumanji. I mentioned that because this is a kid that in 1969 was sucked into a board game, mm-hmm. into a mythical world of Jumanji, and come out 95, in the year 1995 as an adult man. Harry with a leaf on his head, yeah. with a stone carved knife, chisel knife in his hands, ready to kill a lion. But if you look at the character in that movie, he's such a deep character because he has problems with. He's still a kid, so he still acts as a kid sometimes. But you see that he has still fear for his father. And I think that's what he's seen in Van Pelt is his father. Mm-hmm. So, what's one of your favorite, more darker roles that he played?
His role in 1 Hour Photo just.
That is the darkest role.
It creeped me out, man. Like, I didn't expect it.
Creepy Robin Williams. Mork is crazy.
When I watched that movie, I had no idea really what it was about. I was like, oh, Robin Williams.
And it's like on the cover, it's him holding this photo, like film.
Yeah.
like film proof. He's kind of looking at it like
Yeah.
that. It's just 1 hour photo. You're like, oh,
Hmm.
Robin Williams.
Well, that's another thing about him is he's one of those actors. He's in that pantheon of acting greats
Mm-hmm.
that you see their name and you're
Hooked.
gonna want to watch it.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
So I went, picked up this movie thinking, oh, Robin Williams, it'd be a pretty light movie, whatever. I'm watching it and I'm sitting there going, holy crap, like. This is just a completely different side of him that I've never seen. I didn't know he was capable of.
Wow.
He just really killed the role.
He's just crazy. He's not crazy. He's lonely. He's a lonely man.
Very lonely.
A lonely man that falls in love with a family and wants to be a part of that family. Wants to be integrated into the family unit, and so he's pretty much stalks his family. And it's just such a tragic character. Another tragic. I love that movie, but mine's would be Death to Smoochie as Rainbow Randolph. The character that is such a lovable kids character, kids star. It's like, if I want to look at it this way, it's like taking Bozo the clown, and Bozo's was a big hit back in the 80s.
Yeah, when we were little bitty kids.
Itty bitty kids with the tossing of the buckets.
Yeah, tossing ping pong balls in the buckets.
He was a big star, and then come along Barney, and Barney kills it. Barney pretty much takes over the kid industry.
Yeah.
And Bozo gets crazy and thinks, well, let me take out Barney so that the kids will love me again.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Rainbow Randolph in Death to Smoochie. What a brilliant movie. Edward Norton is always brilliant, but he was great in this movie as Smoochie.
Robin Williams Rainbow Randolph was an insane character, and Robin Williams was perfect for the
that
role.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna hear her say that several times.
Yeah.
And well, we talked about some of his darker roles. There's more like in Insomnia where he plays a serial killer. Some more characters. Dream May Come. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. What's that about?
It's kind of a take like you were saying earlier. Kind of a take on Dante's Inferno.
Absolutely.
This guy's wife dies. He decides he's going to go after her, and he
goes through hell.
Yeah,
Hades
literally goes through hell to get to her, and it's such a heart-wrenching movie. There's not
beautiful visual.
Yes, absolutely gorgeous visuals. There's not a lot of comedy. It's a very serious role. He did a great job in it.
Speaking of that, not a lot of comedy. We was looking at, and you'll see it later on our channel, Jumanji as a retro movie takedown. But Ken pointed out something to me that I've seen that movie. I can't even count on my hands and my feet, on my toes or whatnot. How many times I've seen this movie, and I've never noticed the fact that he is not the comedic relief in this movie. It's actually David Alan Grier. His role in this movie is more tragic.
Yeah.
And I've never noticed that, and I thank you for pointing that out to me.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was so versatile. He's a Swiss Army actor. He really is. He can do anything from
voice work in the Latin.
Voice work as the genie, dark roles, comedy roles. He does, his stand up is fantastic. The guy.
As minor characters in like Night at the Museum as Teddy Roosevelt. Or in The Butler, he plays Dwight Eisenhower. So yeah, and he does a great job as Dwight Eisenhower. I believe that there was. I didn't see. I had to think about it too. And looking at that movie, I said, "Is that Robin Williams?" I'm like, "Wow, he did a great job." So yeah, absolutely.
And you could, I'm sure you could ask anybody in the film industry, in entertainment. The guy had talent. Yeah, he had it. Like I said, he was a
Swiss
conduit of entertainment. The
energy.
The energy that he brought to everything. Literally, like sometimes I would watch his interviews on late shows or some of his stand-up, and you're just sitting there thinking to yourself, This guy is a spaz. Like he just can't stop. Like it does. He can't turn it off.
Right. He, if you're not aware, there is some videos that he was in back in the 80s. Two of them. One of them is Bobby McFarlane's "Don't Worry, Be Happy," where he's not even,
He's him.
he's just him. I mean, back in, I don't know why it was that in the 80s comedians needed to be in, like Chevy Chase was in "If You Be My Bodyguard."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that they felt that they needed to be in videos, but it worked. It worked. It was such, and that song, Bobby McFarlane. I know you hate it today, but we love you for that song. And he was also, you see him for like 2 seconds, and I believe "We Are the World." I'm pretty sure he's in there.
Oh, everybody was in there. Yeah. That was like, hey, let's get everybody that has
everybody
names.
that we know. Dan Aykroyd sang, but his work, man, is just so great. Patch Adams.
Patch Adams was good.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
Just and now you think, well, he's gone.
Yeah, there's not going to be any more Robin Williams, man, and all because he couldn't overcome this massive weight that he had on his shoulders.
That he was alone, that he had no one to turn to, and that's the thing.
But that's not the case. It's not that he didn't have anybody to turn to. He didn't think he had anybody.
That's right. That's right. And that's what we want to convey to you, that you have somebody to turn to. The Swoot Squad show is not just a channel.
Yeah.
We're here. We're real people. We're talking boys. It sounded weird, but but we're here to not only entertain you, but to also communicate with you, man. We're here. We're human beings. That if you are a kid, if you're a grown up, if you're anyone and you struggle with depression, suicide is not the answer. And I know for the most part that the media will not highlight that someone took their life. They will not do that. It's because it gives people thoughts like, well, if I do it, then I can be known. But in this case, Robin Williams is such a big star, and it's just shocking knowing that his death was as a result of a suicide. It's just like when
any number of other
Mitch Hedberg died of of overdose, or any, like you say, any number of people. Philip Seymour Hoffman dying of an overdose. Things that just sneaks up and shocks you, and you're like, what? I didn't know that.
The difference here, though, and the thing that makes this so much more tragic than anyone,
and then we're not downplaying their deaths.
No. But the thing that makes this more tragic was that he purposefully did this to himself.
Absolutely.
And depression is one of those things where it's hard to do the things that you need to do, to get up every day and just live. Mm-hmm. And you can say, hey, reach out to people. Somebody cares. When you're in that disease, when you have that going on, you don't think about that. You don't.
It's not an option. It's not an outlet.
Yeah, your brain is telling you nobody cares. You're not worth anything. There's no reason for you to even exist. It's tricky. But if you're watching this and you're feeling these things and you're thinking about this kind of stuff, man, talk to somebody. There's 7 billion people on this planet.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you,
someone
listen. Cares.
Someone would talk back. Someone would reach out.
Someone would miss you if
absolutely.
You left. Someone would be very upset. Someone would
be devastated.
Would be devastated.
Absolutely.
You may do more damage than you could ever possibly imagine if you do something like this to yourself.
Absolutely.
And I'm not angry at him for taking his life.
I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed.
I'm sad.
Yeah, and suicide is
permanent.
It's permanent, man. Yeah.
It's game over.
Yeah, you can't come back from that, man. And the lives that you leave wrecked and that's, now they have to deal with it. Now you see generational things where people feel like the Hemingways, as a perfect example. The Von Erichs in professional wrestling, perfect example of people that
lines of families
that said, okay, so my uncle did it, or my dad did it, or my granddad did it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way out. It's not the way out.
No.
It's not something that, like as Ken said, you can't come back from it, man. And it's tragic, and it's uncalled for. It's unnecessary because somebody loves you. We love you. We might not have never met you, but we love you enough to tell you that it's not worth taking your own life.
Right. Yeah, because it's once you've got to look at it this way, that you have life right now, and when you end it, that's it. You don't have anything.
Game over.
And there are a lot of people that enjoy having you in their life, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what your stupid brain is telling you,
or your emotions tell you, that you're not loved, that you're not wanted, that you're not desired. But truth
that
is,
the world would be better off without you. No,
that is such a farce, because the world will be worse without you.
Mm-hmm.
The world will be worse without you. And not to be like selfish, but there's a generation of kids now that will never know who Robin Williams is unless adults or someone say, hey kid, let's watch Jumanji, or let's watch Patch Adams, or let's watch Aladdin. There's kids that will not know who Chris Farley is unless you watch Tommy Boy, or know who John Candy is unless you watch Uncle Buck. And I met a grown man that didn't know who John Candy was, and that just was shocking. But this, with Robin Williams, every time I see him, I see he had that little smile. That little smile they give.
He had a sparkle in his eye that he kind of like he knew a joke that you weren't in on, and he was just kind of sitting back and watching everything and enjoying it. But if there's one good thing that comes out of this, because this is such a horrible tragedy, is that awareness of this kind of issue is
disease.
It's a disease.
Yeah.
But the awareness in the past 24 hours, this happened yesterday, and just within the past 24 hours, there's been tons of discussions, of dialogue started about depression and the things that you can do to not go down this route.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for. Like I said earlier, we're here to help you out, not just in entertaining you, but also in informing you. There is avenues, there's hotlines that you can call.
Yeah.
That us, Swoot Squad at gmail.com.
Or put something in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll reach out to you.
Absolutely.
We love our squad.
And we'll protect our squad, by any means necessary. But if I want to leave anything with this, I want to say that Robin Williams will truly be missed. The way he went out was not the way that I would hope that he died. I hope that people die in a better way, better place, with a better relationship. I think with God. But I think that for his family and his loved ones, I pray that they find encouragement in knowing that there's a million, billion, jajillion people in this world, including Ken and I, that love you and are. I thought last night about his family. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
It was a real thought on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what they're going through. Our hearts go out to them. And our condolences. There's not really anything you can say to help this kind of stuff, but just know that in some small measure, the whole world is grieving with you.
Absolutely. Just know that we're here to help you, and we want you to subscribe to our channel, but this isn't about subscriptions. This is about life, and we prefer
more life
than subscriptions. Yeah. We want you to live, and so please please reach out to us. Please reach out to your loved ones. Please reach out to
Anybody.
anybody, man. There's somebody out there that is just waiting to hear your voice. And 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 the sad part about this is, if I want to hear Robin Williams' voice now, it will be in things that he's done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there's not going to be any
more
Robin Williams.
Yeah, and you know, and I know he is more than Robin Williams to his family. He was dad, he was husband, he was brother, he was son. You know, and my heart and prayer goes out. Our hearts and our prayers go out to you all. Anything you want to leave the people with?
Just know that, that's not the answer. And we will miss Robin, and I hope everything. Yeah, there's not really anything to say.
If any celebrities out there that is going through things like he went through, is not the answer. And
anybody, not
anybody,
just celebrity.
Yeah, not just celebrity, but anybody.
If you're in middle school and you're getting bullied,
elementary school, right?
Yeah, and you think that nobody wants you around, and don't just holler at somebody.
Listen, for those that are being bullied, know this: I was bullied. Ken was never bullied but nobody messed with Ken. Look at the guy; he looks like Sully from Monsters Inc. But if you're being bullied, think about this. Don't think life is over, because there's going to be one time in your life in the future that bully is going to probably end up working for you. Just keep that in mind. Bullies go on to do some things, but those that have been bullied goes on to do great things. Look at Bill Gates. Look at Steve Jobs, and look at people. Look at us. Not saying that we are great, but you can get past it. I was bullied, but I lived, and you can live too. Don't let that be the answer.
And not just bullying though, but like, if you're going through anything, if you're a dad or a single mom and you're having struggles, and you can't pay the bills, and you just don't know what to do with yourself, or if you whatever you have going on, talk to somebody. Just talk, and keep talking, because the longer you talk, the more it'll get better.
Absolutely. Well, Aaron Whitlow.
I'm Kim Whalen.
We're the Swoot Squad, and Robin, we will miss you, and we thank you for your legacy and the films and the laughter and
the joy that you brought into everybody's life with all the things that you did. You're an amazing human being, and you're going to be missed.
Thank you.